hello there. Yes. Well, that was nippy yesterday, wasn't it? And I still managed to go out with too many layers on. Yeah. Anyway, yes, our glorious media are still managing to lump all their favourite hate subjects into one big conflagration. I use that word advisedly. But at the same time, you end up with these kind of things that I smirk at, if you like, I suppose, because I smirk quite a lot, in terms of the just the absurdity of the stuff that these people come out with. Exhibit 1 is Julia Hartley Brewer, interviewing the editor of the Jewish Chronicle, who talks about useful idiots. Yes, Julia, there are a lot of useful idiots there, aren't there? Yeah? Yes, just leave that one vaguely hanging. We had the Social Democratic Party. You might remember the SDP from the 1980s. No, it's not that party. This SDP are missing a few letters from whereabouts they are politically. And yes, they had a panel discussion about trans people where they invited these two. Again, just leave that hanging. Trans rights activism is a form of terrorism particularly used against women and gay people. Yes, and you can see the enormous concern of these two people for women and gay people. Again, you can't make these things up. A totally irony-free zone, and people will sit there in the audience and clap like seals. And finally, which caught my eye this morning, was Jordan Peterson. He's writing an opinion piece in the Telegraph, the way what he does, because still the Daily Telegraph aren't quite aware of what a mentally unstable person he is. So you get this. Please do. I'll leave a link below if you can get past the firewall, because it really is quite amusing. In that it's written with all of this kind of Jordan Peterson I hate commies language. And yet, at the same time, it's talking about psychological issues, if you like. It's a bit like sort of like, I don't know, going to a lecture where the eminent professor gives a talk entitled "Why I Like Big Jugs." It's on that level. Anyway, here we go. The unholy axis of Iranian thugs and Marxist psychopaths is an enemy of Muslims too. Judaism, Islam and Christianity are vital barriers to the spread of toxic narratives seizing both the West and the East, which I must admit is a entirely new angle to approach Islamophobia from, in the notion that, actually we quite like good Muslims, we just don't like the bad ones that have been spent the last decade lumping in together. And anyway, it wasn't particularly about this one, but Connor Tomlinson, talking of big jugs, if you like, manages to get in the act. The haikus have gone, the fatherly tone has returned. The sane, sagely wisdom that endeared you to many is exactly what we need in insane times, Dr. Peterson, yes. Which obviously means that Connor spent some of his teenage years about a week ago reading Jordan Peterson's book, so no doubt he'll be able to tell us all about lobsters and making beds. Yes, anyway, we will see a lot more of this lunacy in the days to come, in particular when the government squirms, when they realise that the continual sights of people using vast amounts of high explosive to destroy buildings that contain human beings is not a good look. And also wondering to themselves why exactly it is that so many British citizens were involved in the initial Hamas attack, and how they still are magically British citizens even though they are living in Israel, very, very close to the Gaza Strip. How do such things happen? It is odd and a mystery, and one that our media appear very reluctant to discuss. Anyway, do have a lovely day. Try and avoid the Marxist psychopaths if you can, and if you do bump into an Iranian thug, maybe, I don't know, maybe whack them with a copy of Peterson's book. Might work. Do have a good one.